Everybody, we're back. Coaches, what are we? Centercourt Weekly. Can we do a redo? Centercourt Weekly.
We're
episode
live.
number 6, WNY Athletics. Chad Andrews, Frank Wolf, and Tim Gardner, the lovely and talented Timmy Gardner over there. Producing our show today, doing all the camera work, all the nitty-gritty, all the graphics. We're going to get right into it.
Brought to you by Empire Electric.
Tony Pulverenti, the best in the business. Don't be stupid. Call Tony. That would be a good...
That'd be a better slogan than
Yeah.
need an electrician. Just don't be stupid.
Yeah. Even I would have hair coming out of my head if I tried to do something stupid with the electricity. I'm not allowed to. I don't touch electricity. I don't even turn the lights on. We're going to get right into it. We're going to get right into this. Chad, it's been a while. Your top 20 from last week. I'm sure there's some shakeups. I think we should get right into the top 20.
We go top 20. We're going to go top 20 without a top 10 because the top 10 will look different and the top 10 can be different next week. I still got Friday night results. I got Saturday results to contemplate. But if I had to drop a expanded 20 through 11 in, here's what it's looking like right now.
Let's go.
All right.
What you got?
Number 20. Last week it was Lockport. This week, after a big victory over North Tonawanda, Lockport checks in number 20.
Good job, guys.
So why didn't I move Lockport off of number 20 after beating NT?
It's a good question.
I'm waiting for more information on this Lockport team. You know, they lost to Ken West, who I didn't have in the top 20. They beat NT. They lost to Lancaster, who I previously didn't have. Tonight they're at Leuport. So go win that game at Leuport tonight so I can try and get a better understanding of this Lockport team.
But you won't be there.
Not tonight.
Okay.
So number 19, just to put some context behind it, right there in front of Lockport is Ken West, who I watched beat him last week. More on that game in a few. But so Ken West comes in. They earn that game against Lockport. Ken West 19. Number 18.
Hang on.
What's it?
Ken West gets Niagara Wheatfield tonight. The birthday boy, Eric O'Brien.
Is it his birthday
Yes.
today? You know who else's birthday is today?
Yes, Marv Levy, 101.
Didn't she tell me Mountain's birthday was today?
Ryan Mountain's birthday is today.
Did you tell me that?
He's Craig Krasinski, Will South.
Wait a minute. So O'Brien and Mountain share a birthday?
O'Brien said he was, Round said he was going out Friday night to celebrate his birthday. That's why he couldn't do the Canisius.
It can't be actually his birthday today. If him and O'Brien share a birthday, their wives should know and they should coordinate parties.
Yes.
For sure.
And if they were smart, they'd play each other on that day to get out of having to go out.
Next level.
Hey, Eric, I got an idea.
So Ken West was 19. Who's number 18?
Good
Team that beat Ken West from Lancaster.
All
All right.
The legendary legends.
17.
You're going fast.
What do you want? What? All right. Back to 18. Back to Lancaster. More on Lancaster. Still 18. Number 17 is Timon. Number 16 is Leuport.
In action tonight against number 20 Lockport.
Who beat Timon. Number 15 is North Tonawanda. They dropped. They were all the way up to number 11. Paul Lockport beat them. They're dropping back to 15. They got the win over Leuport. Battled right to the end with St. Mary's. I don't want... It's like you take a win like Lockport beats NT. You can't forget everything that's happened to that point and just jump them ahead of NT and have that ultimate ripple effect. So I'm trying to make sense of it all. If it doesn't make sense, I totally understand. It doesn't really make sense to me. But I got Leuport 16, NT 15. Number 14 is Sweet Home. Sweet Home's playing good basketball right now. They're finding their stride. Got a nice win over Lancaster.
Yeah.
I expect the wins to continue right now for Mr. Sweet Home. So they're coming in at 14. Number 13, moving up, McKinley.
Okay.
McKinley. I think they're a good basketball team. I think that they dropped right in the middle of that top 20 with that loss to South Park. I still got them one shade behind South Park.
I'm getting excited about this list as we go on.
I can see the excitement in your
I'm getting
face.
super excited right
now. So 13 was McKinley. That means number 12. What are you laughing about, producer Tim? Number 12 is South Park, who beat McKinley. South Park, big game tomorrow against Olmsted. Number 11. There's a new number 11. It's a team that hasn't been in the expanded top 20 because they've been in the top 10, but they fell out of the top 10 because they lost this week. Any guesses, Frank?
Fredonia?
No. Fredonia was never in the top 10. But that was a good guess. Fredonia fell out of the top 20 with that loss to Dunkirk. And Dunkirk hasn't entered the top 20 yet.
I know.
They're talking.
Well, wait a second. Now I know. I didn't think they were going to go all the way up to 11 or 12, but
number 11, the team sitting at number 11 right now is a team that I had number 7, and then they lost to number 11. Orchard Park. Orchard Park got their first real challenge of the season. They lost to Williamsville North on their home floor.
Yep.
So I'm going to bring Williamsville North into the top 10. I'm going to move Orchard Park out. It was between them and St. Francis. Okay. So St. Francis, spoiler alert right now, barring anything else, would be my number 10. And Orchard Park's number 11. Why not OP 10 and St. Francis 11? Because I got to give some credit to St. Francis for beating St. Mary's, even though they're tail spinning a little bit right now.
I want Dunkirk in your top 20. What do they have to do to get in your top 20? They had a big win yesterday against, I believe, Falk.
They need to. Right? They need to.
A bigger body of work.
And they need a better result against Falconer. You got out of Falconer with a 3-point win. If you're I look at these teams that I have in my top 20, and I think they are more than 3 points better than Falconer. So it's that. I like that Dunkirk team. Believe me, I went and watched them, and I said, that's the best Dunkirk team I think I've seen, with a period at the end of that sentence. I think it was the best Dunkirk team in my time.
Overall, their defensive play. Was that what sold you a bit more on them, their hustle on defense, or was it just their shooting? Because they had a pretty good shooting night against Fredonia.
What sells me on Dunkirk is the whole package of Dunkirk. They have
not
size.
One, but
they have guys that can knock down shots. They have a standout player. They had a couple kids that could come off the bench and play. They are running stuff. They are playing defense. They got that kind of man press that they run. I like Dunkirk. I think they're a good team.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time about them, and people may or may not know why I'm partial to them at times. What I do like that they did this off season is I like the fact that they came up north and they played those teams at Buff State and big teams. They played Joe's. They played other big schools that have dominated Class A, AA, and Monsignor Martin leagues. They played them over the summer, and I think they learned this is what it takes. If you want to play at Buff State when it matters, not now in the middle of summer when nobody knows we're here, these are the teams you're going to face. They're not getting worse. They're only going to get better. So you need to learn. This is how they prepare. This is how they show up, and this is the game you're going to have to play if you want to compete with them. I think it was the best thing that ever happened to that school was coming up and playing in those teams against those bigger teams like Joe's at Buff State over the summer in these summer leagues. I think that's the reason why they're playing so well right now is because they bought into what the coach was selling.
I like what you're saying. I'd like to see them schedule some non-league stuff along those lines in the future if you want to be that team. I'd love to see teams schedule hard.
Tells a junior?
Teams that aren't afraid to lose. Yeah, tells a junior.
All right, well, what do you say I make a plea with you? You don't have to answer this now, but I would like to see them. If they continue to play on this pace, I would love to see those kids play in the Centercourt.
Coaches versus Cancer over.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Joel over there and see if they'll put them in.
Get them a good marquee event.
All right, well, maybe the Centercourt class. Who knows? We got to see. It depends on a lot of things with that stuff. One of those things being what does Tella have around? I might have to analyze that roster.
Chebrez.
Yeah.
All right. Coaches on Twitter lately. What's up with that?
All right, so coaches on Twitter.
I do love coaches on Twitter, by the way.
So here's what I got for coaches.
And former coaches on Twitter.
There's a trend I've noticed with the coaches on Twitter, and it's not a new trend. It's been going on for a long time, where they win a game. Everyone's got their own style, right? Some people don't want to put the score. Some people do. But it's this one. It's we beat a well-coached team from wherever today, or we lost to a well-coached team. And there's a lot of that, like, well-coached. The coach was handsome. He was well-dressed, classy fans, a well-prepared team, whatever, but well-coached. I zero in on that one. I see a lot of coaches tweet that they beat or lost to a well-coached team. And what I think is, you got to be careful with that, because when you don't do it, right, you start to develop a trend of like, oh, I've tweeted that I beat a couple well-coached teams, I lost to a well-coached team, and then you tweet out a result and it just says, we fell tonight to this team. And it doesn't say, should the coach of that team take offense and be like, so you don't think we're well-coached? Huh? I see what you're saying without saying
Okay.
it. Right?
Yeah.
So either everybody's, I don't know, it's just an interesting one. It's an interesting one. The well-coached, it's, well, what do you think of that? Can we just say we beat the team?
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Someone's going to overanalyze or underanalyze what you're saying.
Like me right now.
Yeah, but it goes for anything you put
Are you
out
damned
there.
if you don't, though? If you just toss out the result and say, hey, we're Falconer, we beat Frewsburg tonight, and they just say, we beat Frewsburg. Yeah, you're right, we beat them. And they tell you the score, and they don't say they were well coached. Are they damned?
I like the coach's tweet, not signaling anybody out, but I like the tweet that says, today we beat so-and-so 72-70, and then here were the top 5 scores on my team. Like, just focus on your team.
Yeah.
And then don't worry about having to put that other part in of great coaching, good cheerleaders, good crowd, blah, blah, blah. Screw that. Just tell me you won the game or lost, and then tell me who did what on your team individually. Give me your top 3 to 5 scores or your top rebounders, whatever you want, but focus on your team.
What do you think about coaches who tweet when they win and don't tweet when they lose?
Listen, when my team loses, you're the last person that wants to talk to me. So I can understand that they only do it when they win.
Okay.
My thoughts on that are, listen, I'm as pissed off as anybody else when the Bills, if the Bills lose Sunday, you are not going to want to know me Sunday night or Monday morning. And I have, other than being a fan, I have no other connection. I'm not, a coach on the team. I'm not a player. I'm not even the social media guy. I'm not even the janitor. I'm just Frank Fan. Season ticket holder. That's it.
Frank Fan Wolf.
If they lose, you're not going to want to know me.
What about qualifying a tweet? Like,
you're going in a total different direction.
We shorthanded tonight. We did our best, but a little shorthanded. Came up,
Now you're making excuses.
Comeback attempt fell just a little
delete
short
the tweet.
tonight.
Write the tweet out, but delete it. You know how many times I write a tweet out and delete it because I know if I tweet this out, I am dead. Or Tim's going to call me and say, would you please take that down? Or would you get yourself a burner account? If you're going to do that, do it from a burner account. Don't do it from your account. Because now you're just making excuses.
Controversial people need to delete tweets.
Or just the handle itself. Hi, me. You saw some big wins this week.
Yeah. So what have I seen since the last time I saw you?
Teams that won this week in particular. I mean, you saw, well, obviously,
I saw Kenmore West on Saturday. Watched them beat Lockport.
Yeah.
That was a major credit to the defense of Ken West that afternoon because they put a absolute focus on keeping Charlie Croft in check. And they had a couple different players. They were rotating fresh bodies on them. And
shout out to Harlan Brandon, got his 1,000th point this week. So he sat in that chair right there, the one behind you. He sat in that chair about 3 months ago and came on our football show. Yeah, good kid. Who, it's not public yet, but Harlan, a little birdie told me, young man, that you made an all-state team for Class A this year. I don't know if it's 4th, 5th, 3rd, 6th honorable mention or what. It's not even honorable mention. You legit made one of those teams. I think it's 4th or 5th team. I saw a rough draft of the first copy come out, so that dude's going to be an all-state football team this year.
I think he's going to be an all-state basketball player too. He'll make one of the all-state basketball teams.
That's incredible.
One of them, I think. Yeah.
Have we had dudes from Western New York make the football, like basketball and baseball, like first team, second, third team?
All 3 sports in the same year?
Any 3 sports together. Those 3 sport athletes, have they made like one of those New York State all teams? There's got to be a few.
Scott Perry Wilson, class of 85. He did it. I don't know. I'm sure.
Good question.
I'm sure there are. I mean, just football, basketball, sure.
Yeah. football,
Stephen
hockey.
Carlson from Jamestown would have been an easy example of that.
Yeah. I want to find the 3-sport athletes that did. Maybe Zach Boyes from Kenmore West. Maybe he did football, basketball, and baseball. I would imagine he probably did. That would be the last person to do that. Maybe let's dig on that. But other teams that won this week, well, okay. So I told you about, you knew Harlem got his 1,000th point. Shout out to him. You saw the Dunkirk win. We talked a little bit about that, but Canisius had a big win this week. We're going to see that. Well, I won't, but you'll see them later tonight take on Joe's. Who did Canisius beat?
They beat Nichols. That was a good game. It was, what I said about that is Canisius seemed like they were processing at the offensive end, running through their sets throughout the game, maybe like a tick faster than Nichols in that game. They were just on point. Now, they had been coming off of, a 3-game losing streak. They lost 2 games in their Jesuit tournament. Then they got back home, turned around, got on a bus, drove down to Cathedral Prep, lost. So they had lost 3 games in a row coming into that. So I had thought Canisius probably going to win tonight just on that fact. Like, they're coming back home. They're hungry for a victory after losing 3 in a row. They go on the road and do it at Nichols. It's a different Canisius team than in the past. They don't have a ton of size, but man, are they playing good basketball right now. On big game for them tonight over on Kenmore Avenue, and that's obviously the big rivalry game.
The only thing I could hope for in that game, honestly, because I don't have a dog in the fight, but the only thing I hope for that game is overtime. That's what I hope for. Overtime. I know the coaches don't want it, but from a fan perspective, that's the game you want to see go to overtime. You don't want to see those games end. Obviously, they're going to have to, but the only thing I'm rooting for tonight in that Canisius Joe's game, much to the head coach's chagrin and security and the custodians, is overtime. That's all I have to say about that. I do want to see an appearance by Nelson. Have you seen Nelson at all this week?
I saw Nelson. He was at Nichols.
Good.
He was at Nichols watching Canisius win.
Shout out to Nelson Adams. Hope you're there tonight, Bill. Joe Krause is now voting in the Buffalo News poll. Largest, yes. Shout out to Joe Krause for
I am
being
as
back
well,
on that.
And I need to make sure that I do that this week.
It says freelancer though next to Joe's name. Like, I can't take credit. Joe can't
for employing Joe Krause.
Well,
I mean, who's he freelance for?
I don't know.
You?
He does. I don't know who else he freelances for.
Let's talk to Clevis and say, Clevis, we want that to say Joe Krause, WNY Athletics, because he's really freelancing here and only here.
Yeah, the Buffalo News doesn't really like us too much.
They don't like you guys?
I don't know. I have a tough read on that one. But they have Nelson Adams associated with the WNY Athletics, so.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Nelson just says, if you don't put WNY Athletics next to my name, I'm not doing it. That's how much they value Nelson's opinion.
I would value Nelson's opinion. Nelson sees a good amount of basketball and puts some good thought into what he does.
Absolutely.
Tapestry won.
Yeah.
On Wednesday night, they knocked off Eden. We already knew how good Tapestry was. I wanted to get a look at Eden after taking Medina to double overtime on Monday, which was quite the feat for Eden. You had an undefeated Medina team that had already beat Eden once. It was the second time they were playing. Game was at Eden. Eden got them to a double overtime. Ultimately, Medina pulls out the win. Eden they're a team that was completely irrelevant in basketball circles for most of my tenure as Centercourt. And then 3 seasons ago, they show up at Buff State and knock off Allegheny Limestone and find themselves in a final.
Who do you attribute that to, the turnaround? Coaching or the players finally stepping up and buying into what the coach is selling?
I think it's both.
Could it be competition?
No, I'm going with the first 2 things you said because their scheduling hasn't really changed a ton. So I think that there was some real talent at Eden, specifically Tayson Slatting. A couple years ago, he was a top 20 player and absolutely deserved that honor. Kobe Jenko was a 8th grader on that team, but an impact 8th grader on that team and some talent around it. Donnie Jenko has been the coach of Eden. His brother Rob Jenko was the head coach at Silver Creek, the Silver Creek team that was in a state Final Four in 2013 and a good team. Rob is Kobe's father. So Rob is now an assistant coach over at Eden, helping his brother Donnie, and I think that has a lot to do with the coaching aspect of Eden. Is just having that combination. The brothers doing it together. If you're watching Eden basketball, you're going to hear Rob Jenko all game coaching from the sideline, coaching from a seat because Donnie's standing. Donnie's a little quieter. Rob's a little more vocal. But
this Eden team, who's leading them? Who are some of the players that we should know about? We
got to know about Kobe Jenko because he's been fantastic. Brady Waring is on the team. You would know Brady from his quarterbacking, but he hasn't been a big basketball player. That's an athlete that wanted to be part of the basketball team. Luke Wayland had a very good game for Eden the other night. And then there is Isaiah Nellis, who another football player. He's been doing some scoring for Eden. They don't have a lot of depth.
He's got some size, does he not, Isaiah?
He does not have size.
He does. Well, what is he?
He's a guard.
5'9", 5'8"?
Yeah, 5'8", 5'9".
Okay, then maybe Silas is the taller.
And Silas is a little taller.
One of them's taller.
Also plays.
The younger brother's taller, I believe.
It is the younger brother.
Okay.
Junior.
Okay.
He's got a little height on him. But Eden doesn't have any discernible size or anything. They just play good basketball. They run sets. They run stuff for Kobe. I mean, Kobe is a special shooter. He can get a shot off lightning quick. He can get it from deep range. He can catch and shoot. Really good defender, really good passer. So anyway, that's enough on Eden, but I went and saw them, and I went to that Eden Tapestry game. That was as much about seeing Eden as anything. I figured that Tapestry would win that game based on the way they've been playing because they have been playing pretty elite. And when the game ended, Eden pointed out to me that there should be a new number one in the form of Tapestry. Eden has much respect for
I like Tapestry.
What Tapestry's doing. And the last night's Centercourt game of the week, Williamsville North and Jamestown. Williamsville North fresh off their big win at Orchard Park the other night. They led by 12 points. They led most of the game. Got a double-digit lead pretty early in the game. We're knocking down three-pointers at an alarming rate. And then in the second half, Jamestown starts to make a run, converting a little defense to offense. Elijah Farmer was hitting shots and shots and shots, and they just looked effortless. They were not touching anything but net, launching threes over defenders. Dom Gonzalez played very well last night. I thought Jericho Thagard was very good in the game. Javion Barr came in and gave him some good minutes. Jordan Spencer had some timely plays for the team. So Jamestown, defending league champion. They seem to do it every year. And just when North is ready to, grab that second win in a row and take first place in the league, Jamestown comes up and reminds everybody it's our league until further notice. and so it is.
Yeah. North played well, though.
North played very well. North has a team this year.
Yeah.
Their sophomore, Evan Morphy, had a career high, 25 points in the loss last night. He's a mismatch for people. I don't know. Are we still live over there, Tim?
Oh, yeah, we're live.
Stuff going on the screen.
We're live.
Tim's paying his bills. He's got his water bill pulled up on the big screen.
You drink a lot. You know what? It stood out to me, though, this past week was El Monaco. 400 wins. That's crazy. Were you there for that, or?
I wasn't there for that. He got it against JFK. I didn't have Springville JFK circled as a game that I wanted to get to, and I wasn't aware that he was about to get his 400th win.
Yeah.
However, when you look at the picture of who all was there was plenty of people that knew about it, and it was great to see.
Yeah.
He had a lot of colleagues and former players there out to support him.
Good.
Al, great guy.
I met him maybe once. So when he was getting that BS rough ride from the Williamsville School District, which was absolute BS with a capital B, capital S, we weren't involved yet. I don't think we were involved yet.
So
but either way, that was bull.
I had definitely been around doing Centercourt for a while, and he was coming off of his amazing teams with Mark Capola and Joe Licata and Phil Stasiak, and loved watching that team play. And what I always remember about El Monaco was in the infancy of Centercourt, when Centercourt would reach out and try and make contact with coaches, he was one of the first ones to just be a gentleman and be very, very accessible and responsive and appreciative of what I was doing. And so I gained a relationship with him, forged a relationship with him, gained a lot of respect for him in that way. And then, obviously he picked up the majority of his wins at his time at Will South, and then forced out of South and coached over at Villa for a while, coached some girls basketball there, but eventually came back into the high school circles, and he's been doing a nice job with Springville. Yeah. He's had them he's turned them into an annual winning program each year, and great to see him get his 400.
All you can ask for. Good job, Bill.
Great to see all the support he got from everybody, too. That was cool.
The crazy game this week that I had to do a double take, but you weren't as surprised as most to see Newfane knock off previously unbeaten Akron.
I was surprised that they beat them. I just wasn't.
You weren't
stunned like everyone's like, oh my gosh.
Your jaw didn't drop. Mine did.
The margin of victory, when I heard that Newfane was up 20 on Akron, now that was ooh, Yeah. All right.
Something's not going right here.
Yeah, and
like
then,
I don't know if anyone was in foul trouble.
It got down to 11 at one point. I think I heard that Brooks picked up a couple early, but played through it and didn't miss a whole lot of time because of it. Brooks obviously the big guy.
Just wasn't a good shooting day then.
Not sure. Didn't get.
Thought I saw a lot of 12s, 11s, and 10s as opposed to seeing 25s and 20s and 18s. I think I saw more or less the 15, 12, 10 type numbers. I could be wrong. I got to go back.
If I said reason I wasn't surprised, you and I were both at the Newfane-Wilson game. So we both laid eyes on both of those teams that night. Wilson is widely regarded as one of the best small schools in Western New York. They're sitting number 3 in my rankings, or they have been number 3 in my rankings. I've seen them 2 in other outlets. Undefeated on the year. Some good wins. They won in Newfane, and they were losing most of that game. They were losing in the fourth quarter by 9 points, and then Aiden Newman hails that three-pointer from half court at the buzzer, cut it to 6, gave Wilson some momentum. Then in the fourth quarter, Braden Seitz from Newfane gets hurt, comes out of the game. Matt Capon ended up fouling out. Wilson comes back and earns the victory. We'll take nothing away from Wilson in winning that game. They did. I mean, Ryan Huff was great down the stretch of that one. But I saw enough out of Newfane that night to say, Newfane's really got a basketball team here. Like that's a good team. Win, lose, I liked what I saw out of Newfane. Well, Seitz leaves the game and then misses the couple. Doesn't play against Albion the next game out. Doesn't play against Newport the game out after that. Doesn't play against Tapestry the game after that. And just to go through that, think about that stretch that Newfane was on. Wilson, Newport, Tapestry. Well, Tapestry's number 2. Wilson's number 3 in our small school rankings. We had Newfane sitting down there number 10. So you just rankings-wise, you were expecting Newfane to not win those games. So when you go on a losing streak, well, they've lost 3 in a row, they've lost 4 in a row. Well, look who they lost to. Newport beat Timon. If Newport was a small school, they'd probably be ranked number 1 or number 2. So they didn't have any bad losses in that. They were winning against Newport. They were winning against Wilson. I can't tell you what happened when they went off to Albion and lost, other than strange thing happens when you drive out to Albion. They've got that deep baseline, no wall behind the basket. They've got a discernible home advantage in Albion, and it's an odd one. They're just way off the beaten path too. Sometimes I've wondered, how did Section 6 acquire Albion?
We traded for them.
We must have. I mean,
we made a trade. We traded one of those schools. We traded Hinsdale straight up for Albion.
If you guys look on a map, quick geography lesson, you're just looking out, right? It's the Niagara Orleans League. I mean, Medina's pretty close to all the other teams in that league. Albion is a good 45-minute ride from Wilson, Newfane. I mean, it's a hike, right? It's pretty close to Section 5 stuff. Lindenville is a Section 5 team. Lindenville is 20 minutes from Newfane.
Yeah.
20 minutes, just right down 18. I mean, the next door neighbor to Barker. Listen.
Well, Albion is right
is-
next to the jail,
This,
right?
this is, yes.
So Section 5 kept on, Section 5 would make some mistakes leaving the facility and probably ended up in that jail too often. And they said, you know what, let's just dump them.
Section
All
5.
of our all of our parents
They
aren't
dumped
coming
them
back.
on us?
All of our parents aren't coming back home. They're spending the night in Albion, and we couldn't figure out why. Oh, the jail. Those parents are nuts from Section 5.
I'd say we make Section 5 an offer for Lindenville. What do you want for Lindenville? We'd like to acquire them.
Oh, I can think of a few.
But anyway, the return of Seitz to Newfane.
Yeah.
He came back for that Akron game. They came out. They gave a great showing against Akron. Newfane has a couple guys that can play good minutes inside. Matt Cape and Spencer. I think they could do a little battle with Brooks inside. I know Eric Klump is one of the better coaches in the area. Very familiar with Justin Gerstung, the coach from Akron. They're good friends. They do a lot of stuff together in the summer camps and intimate knowledge of each other's programs. So if there's a team that could game plan against another great team, that the Wilson Akron result, that's why it didn't surprise me. It's not me trying. Oh, I'm not surprised by that. I was surprised by that, but not shocked. I see Newfane probably as a better team than most people would, and it's not just because I happen to live in the town. It's a pretty legitimate school, and for them to go out and score that win over Akron, that just backs everything up. So that's that.
You saw health sciences this week? Or if you've seen enough of them, but the Moy kid.
I know Moy. So the last time I saw health was I did see him this week. You know what? That's one I could talk. I saw him Saturday night against St. Francis, and Moy lost his father.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away the day after Christmas, from what I understand, and it wasn't an unexpected passing, and very sad. And I found out about it that day, that Saturday, as I was going to the St. Francis game, and wasn't even sure if I was going to see him there playing, but he was there playing, and
I believe his funeral was Tuesday.
yeah, and so he hadn't even, they hadn't even had the funeral for his father yet, but Amir had 35 in that game against St. Francis, and Francis played with him pretty well in the first half. In the second half, that game was pretty much all health sciences. Amir scores 35, career high, emotional night for sure for him, and the team was great and supportive of him, from what I could see, for sure. A lot of family there, a lot of arms around him after that game, and that was great. But then he comes out against Burgard the following game and drops 57 points. And I haven't seen a player score 57 points ever. 19 years I've been covering high school basketball. That's the most points anyone scored in the last 19 years. And it was Amir Moy. So that's clearly somebody who's playing for a higher cause right now. And
good for him.
Good for him for sure.
Not good for opposing teams, but good for him.
Yes, correct. And the score of that game, what was it, 118 to 46? 118 to 46. That's what Health did to Burgard. So what do you want to know, Frank?
Where can I get tickets for the Classic?
I thought you were going to ask me if that was too outlandish of a score.
It was.
118 to 46? Well, all right, so here's what I would say about that.
The outlandish score or the tickets?
I would say about the score of the game.
Okay.
So as I say, 118 to 46, they ran the score up on them. Burgard was, let me look at this. They were 7-0 this season. Undefeated Burgard, feeling good about themselves. Then they run into McKinley. And that was really the first legitimate opponent they had faced. If you're looking at their wins, who are they beaten, who have they run into McKinley. McKinley beat them 97 to 58. 97-58. Mm-hmm. So then Health Science beats them 118 to 46. So did Health run the score up on Burgard? Well, they scored 21 more points than McKinley did. Is it a run-up? I don't know. Hard to say. But I say it's a non-league game. Burgard took it. Burgard was undefeated.
Health might not have gotten much better that game, but I'll tell you, Burgard will be better for playing that game.
I think
They
played
should be.
them.
They should be better off for playing that game.
The rematch is February 6th, if anyone's interested.
What, Jim?
Burgard Health Sciences. The rematch goes down. Well, that's going to be at Burgard.
Okay.
All right.
That's a tough gym
Get
to
your
play.
tickets. Get your popcorn. Yeah, Centercourt Classic tickets are on sale.
Okay.
Yes.
How can I get them?
Uh,
Go to the website?
yeah. You know what? It's I should probably pin that tweet because I tweeted it out a couple days ago, and I'm sure it's buried in a timeline of stuff right now. You could rip back and find it. I will continue to put that out at some point. I will just pin something with the link to tickets.
Okay.
They're available on GoFan. I'll keep producing that information. I'll hard fix it to my website. Maybe I can give it to you guys as well to
Okay.
keep advertised. But I always tell people there's 3 different sessions for the Classic. It's at St. Joe's. It's January 30th and 31st. It's not a huge gym at Joe's, and it fills up quick. So these games aren't streamed. It's not you're either there or you're not there. So I would recommend people get their tickets sooner rather than later to ensure a spot so that if you want to see these games,
And
you're there for
the
it.
dates on those again?
January 30th and 31st,
Right around
Friday,
the corner.
Saturday.
Right around the corner, folks.
Coming right up. Yeah. What else we got? Anything?
There was a couple games, 3 games in the South Towns that may not have caught everyone's eye. Definitely didn't escape yours, I'm sure. But you had Sherman beat Forestville. You had Clymer beat Westfield. I don't know the last time you could say that. And then the other one, I think Olean lost to Southwestern. So maybe Southwestern's starting to play a little bit better. But those 3 games that happened down in Chautauqua, Cattaraugus counties, I want you to just jump on that.
All right, so before I jump on that, I'm going to jump on you. And Tim, I want your thoughts on this.
Hey.
He said these games were in the South Towns.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be Southern Tier? Isn't South Towns like
Southern
South Towns,
tier. Oh,
Hamburg?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little off. South. They are in the south.
Yeah, but
They
when
are
we say
towns.
South Towns,
Hamburg,
I feel like it's
Blaisdell,
that area
Orchard
like
Park is South
Evans,
Towns. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Holden.
I will
that's
do.
South Towns.
I will
Then there's
do.
Southern Tier.
You guys note that they're offended by calling this?
No, I'm
Doesn't
just
take much
I'm-
to offend them.
It doesn't take much to offend. I'm just
You've
I'm,
gone down
I
that
zero
road.
in on
I
words,
know that.
semantics. If you say something the wrong way, I always catch it.
No, easily offended.
Yeah, I know. Sorry to offend you.
Sorry, everyone. I'm not apologizing.
What about
anymore, actually.
upstate New York? When they say upstate, what's upstate New York? Are we upstate? I think we're Western New York.
Yeah, we're Western Europe. Upstate
Yeah,
should be.
but people
Albany.
call us upstate all the time.
People think we're next to New York City, too.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Southtown, Southern Tier, upstate.
We'll work on that.
Upstate.
We'll work on that going forward.
So Clymer beats
Westfield.
Westfield. They beat them by 10 points. That's a solid win. Clymer also has a win over Sherman. Sherman beat Forestville. Forestville's the team that I predicted would win Class D, and their only loss prior to that loss to Sherman was Dunkirk. And we know all about Dunkirk. No shame in the team we think is going to win Class D losing to Big Bad Dunkirk. But Sherman beating them is significant. But Clymer beat Sherman, and then Clymer just knocked off Westfield by 10. So what does it all mean? I think Clymer is going to win our Class D, or at least they should be the team considered to be the favorite in D right now,
Okay.
based on all
Who's
results
leading the
that
way
come
then?
in. White.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Is he also the quarterback, CSP quarterback? I think that is. I think he is. I think he's the quarterback from CSP.
could be.
White.
I didn't watch CSP this year.
I'll go back and look. I think he's a baseball player too. But
Wasink, White, those would be the 2.
okay.
Southwestern beating
Yeah.
Olean.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat them by 7. That's a good win because Olean is the only team in the league that's beaten Dunkirk.
Yeah.
I mean, think about all these guys down in that Southern Tier League. They're just taking their turn beating each other. But Southwestern was the team that I was real high on in the preseason, and then I quickly recanted when all the early results come in. And
But
maybe it's
the
the team that's
coach
starting
said
to find
that
their
team-
stride a little bit.
The coach did say, look, we're not in sync yet. We need a few more games. under our belt. We need obviously more practice, and plus they're still waiting for Zach Markham to come back. So I don't know if he's officially back yet, but I know I was told he'd be back maybe the second or third week of January. So
Yeah, well, Zach Markham coming back will make a big difference for that team.
Oh, sure. Won't be any easy layups with that dude in the paint.
No, but that's an interesting result. Southwestern beating Olean by 7. And then also Falconer playing that 3-point game with Dunkirk. You look at Falconer's, I think they're 7-4 now after that loss to Dunkirk, but a close game with Dunkirk. Falconer's that small school. They have a win over Southwestern. That's probably the team that I'm not, that I've been sleeping on too much, that I really need to, when I do rankings this weekend, take a good look and decide, should I have Falconer in that top 10 for the small schools? And I think the answer I'm probably going to come up with is yes,
Last thing I'll say about Dunkirk is when they're not on shooting-wise, they have to rely on that defense because there are nights when their shooting is just not all there. And maybe that was the case last night. But even in that Southwestern game, the shooting wasn't that great.
Yeah.
I mean, they went along stretches with brick after brick and air ball. So their defense has to be lights out because they do have nights when the shooting isn't. And that's like any other team. But that's why these coaches stretch defense, because you are going to run into a night where your hot hands aren't going to be hot. You're going to miss shots. So you better be able to play defense.
So they shot the hell out of the ball against Fredonia. But they take some questionable threes at times, and I could see where the bricks could happen.
Yeah.
But they were hitting everything
Okay.
against Fredonia. They played really well. The other team I wanted to look at real quick, Ellicottville. So Ellicottville lost to Forestville by 3 last week. They're 4-3 on the year. They have a win over Southwestern. It's just another team to keep your eyes on down there from the Southern Tier.
I know you're going to Canisius Joe's tonight. I'm going to Medina Wilson. I need to know the guys on Medina that I need to focus on. Who would they be?
Jarrell Neely for sure,
Yeah.
who's a 1,000-point scorer now. Preston Woodworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, those would be your top 2.
Okay.
Those are your guns. Those are the senior and the junior.
Who coaches Medina?
Justin Morgan,
Okay.
who was a student at Medina when I was doing all this.
Okay. Cool.
So it's great to see the former players becoming the coaches.
I'm going to go check out. So the game's at 6 o'clock?
Game's at 6 o'clock.
So I should probably leave around 5. From here, 5:15.
Where are you leaving from?
Here.
This office?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be fine if you left at 5.
Now I want to go check out Bill Atlas's place up there. The Wilson House?
The Wilson House.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll go check out the Wilson House, but I'm not going to be able to get there before the game. I'm going to have to go there after.
It's probably good.
Do you think it'll be open around 7:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
They better be. They're gonna.
Bill, stay open. I'm coming, buddy.
Well, you got big Niagara Orleans game. 2 undefeated teams. There's 4 undefeated teams left in Western New York. Wilson, Medina, Tapestry, Global. Tonight, Wilson and Medina play. One of them's going down. If it's Medina that goes down, it's gonna be a big old celebration over at the Wilson House afterwards, and you'll be glad you went after.
Okay.
Next
check it out.
Thursday is Global and Tapestry.
Where's that
They
at?
play each other at Tapestry. So next week at this time, you're going to have at most 2 undefeated teams.
Okay. I'm down for that.
I'm down for both of those
What games you going to tomorrow? I think you mentioned it already, but
Tomorrow is South Park and Olmsted.
yeah. You'll be there?
Mm-hmm.
Time's tip.
12:30.
Where's it at?
South Park.
Hmm.
You said tonight I'll be at Canisius St. Joe's.
Yeah.
I think I might be joining you, Frank.
At Wilson?
Yeah.
You're not going to Joe's Canisius?
I think I'm going to the undefeated battle. Because you guys are streaming the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. We got
So-
Carson Harper and Ryan Gallo calling the game tonight. Mario will be on the floor, Russ in the tree, Timmy producing.
So unlike the NFHS games, which if you try and join an NFHS game live, you have to watch it live. You have to watch it in the moment. You can't take a game that's 45 minutes in and start from the beginning when it's live on NFHS. Because I've tried and I've gotten burned. I've like turned my phone off, driven home. No one talked to me. I want to watch this game like I don't know. And I go in and I rewind it back and all of a sudden it just jumps to live and I'm like, damn! So, but because you guys are doing it, you guys actually broadcast it live and I can get back. You know what I'm saying? So
it'll be actually on
what I
YouTube,
can do
WNY. It won't
that's
be
what
on
I'm saying.
NFHS,
It's on your YouTube where I can just go backwards and pick it up at any point. So I can what I'm saying is I can watch this Wilson Medina game, go to my house, which is 15 minutes from this game that I'm going to watch tonight, and pull up your game and turn around and watch St. Joe's and Canisius like the game hasn't started yet.
So that's at 6:30. Our game's at 6. Our game ends. We can go to Wilson House. If Bill's got a smart TV, we can put the Joe's Canisius game on.
But what's going to happen is you're not going to start from the beginning. You're going to put it on in like the third quarter.
And you're going to want to watch from the beginning?
That's how I roll.
Don't update them on the Canisius Joe's game.
You know what? I know all you guys are going to try to, and I will turn the phone off. I just won't look.
So
Somebody listening might text
So I won't sit near you at the Wilson game because at times I'm going to check in on the Joe's Canisius game.
Well, just don't yell out the score like a fool. You could sit in there. I mean,
I'll say it in Spanish.
just don't gaslight me tonight, Frank. My daughter's taught me that.
Oh, I can't believe Joe's is running away with it. Me? Do you think the Joe's Marauder Rowdies, they better be in full force tonight?
They better be in full force. Are you kidding
I don't
me?
think the hockey team's playing.
I think the blue crew comes to the St. Joe's game in
Do they?
full force, so the Rowdies better be in full force. That's the rivalry.
Yeah.
Kind of absurd, isn't it? I got them 1 and 2 in my rankings right now, and I'm going to Wilson Medina.
That's because you're a real fan. You want to see an undefeated game. Maybe we see an upset tonight.
I had 2 of my friends this week when I said, where do you think I should be heading on Friday? They were both like, show some love to the small schools.
You don't get a lot. You don't get enough of that?
I think I get plenty of it. I had to point out to them.
You're one person. You can only go to one team, one game at a time.
Yeah,
Well, I think you do. And your website, you do hit every corner. It's not like you don't leave any stones unturned, is what I'm trying to say. Nobody would know that Sherman just beat Forestville if you didn't make reference to it, other than Sherman and Forestville and maybe some of the teams in their league. Nobody would have any idea Clymer beat Westfield, the significance of the win, unless we talked about it on this show.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Keith McShay would be proud.
Keith McShay is proud.
He is proud.
Yeah, he's down with Centercourt.
He is. All right, this is a great show. What else do you want?
Sure was nothing. We want to get Tim out of here. Tim's got stuff to do tonight.
Yeah, he's got to produce that Joe's game.
Tim's got to produce a.
Hang on, there's a question.
Tonight.
Sugar.
Ooh,
Hang on, let me look at this monitor here.
we got a question.
Chad is all over it as usual. Yes, he is. WNY is just a region within upstate New York. Okay, Chris, I think he's right. I think we are just a region in upstate New York. We're all anything north of the city is considered upstate New York. I have heard that. So Rochester, Syracuse, Buffalo is
We
considered
are not
upstate.
north. We are directly west
Yes.
of the city.
Well, from the city, you have to go south.
A little bit.
It's even south. What else we got? Oh, no, you're being called out by Canisius. You've seen enough Canisius this year. You get a pass. We're going to see.
Gosh, how much love does Canisius
We should
want?
see Canisius Joe's at Canisius.
I went to Tapestry in a
championship.
Canisius hoodie.
Oh, man.
Well,
You can't do that.
Yes, you can. I've got so many
You
schools give
can't
me
do
apparel.
that.
The only thing I don't do is wear your shirt to your game. I won't show up at the game tonight wearing a Medina shirt,
Well,
right? But I can show up to the game wearing.
Yeah.
I can show up at Wilson Newfane wearing at Wilson Medina wearing a Newfane shirt. Maybe I should. No, I won't. No, I'm gonna. I'm
You wear a
this
Dunkirk
tonight.
shirt there. South Park shirt.
I wore
Bennett.
I wore a Silver Creek shirt to the Tapestry game the other night when Tapestry played Eden.
All right. I don't know who got a hold of the Canisius Twitter handle on YouTube or YouTube handle, but they're calling you absurd.
No. He said it's absurd.
Oh, it's absurd?
Remember he said it it's absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we love our fans. Thank you for watching.
I would agree with anyone that's calling me absurd.
I'll tell you what's absurd. When you go to a Bills Jets game and you're wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey, the guy in the Pittsburgh Steelers fan is absurd. You know what I mean? That's absurd. You go to a hockey game, Sabres Leafs, and you're wearing a Boston Bruin jersey. Unless the jersey is like a player that's been traded to Buffalo that may have played for Boston, I can sort of get it. But you don't wear an opposing jersey, a third team's jersey to a game versus the two teams that are on the court, the ice, or the field.
That's tool shed territory.
That's total tool shed territory.
That's tool shed territory.
And you deserve the beating.
Yeah.
Well, you don't deserve it. But
When the Highmark game was on, last point here,
did you give him a beating?
No, it was a girl. I told her it was okay.
You did?
Yeah, well,
You were just trying to go out with her.
the Bills are playing the
no,
Jets.
She's my son's age, and I'm DJing her wedding. So,
Oh.
you know,
Oh.
but she had an off jersey on. She wasn't showing it. She had it underneath her jacket.
Okay. Maybe she was just part of the attire and she just had no idea.
Yeah, she's that team's fan. And,
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't wear a Broncos jersey to a Bills Jags game this weekend.
yeah, probably not. No.
You might fall down the stairs with a little help.
When that game was on, Buffalo's playing the Jets.
Yeah.
At one point, my daughter makes a comment about the Jets fans in the crowd and like how they must be feeling.
There wasn't a lot of them.
because Buffalo was whipping them. And immediately I thought to myself, what are they doing there? Like, your team absolutely stinks. What are you doing? It's the last game ever at Highmark, right? That game should have just been reserved for
Sit that
diehard
out.
Bills fans.
Sit that one out.
Right. What do you
I
think?
have never
Your team
seen-
stinks.
In my entire life of going to games, football, hockey, basketball, whatever, I have never seen a more pathetic bunch than the New York Jets last Sunday. That was the most pathetic performance by any sports team I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe they were being paid to play that game. That's how bad they were. From the start of that game to the finish, the New York Jets were absolutely disgusting.
It wasn't about the football.
You're a paid professional.
No, but I didn't care if Josh Allen came out.
Oh, I didn't care about
The
that.
game-
No.
But the game, that event wasn't about the football. It was about the stadium. About saying goodbye.
If you play for the Jets,
No.
you have to have something. You
understand. But
yeah. But the Jets, you guys absolutely suck.
They did. They kept up doing camera
Absolutely
cuts
suck.
to Aaron Glenn, and he just looked like.
Those guys quit on him. Absolutely 110%.
I think he quit
Quit
on
on
his
that
team
coach.
too. He
He
wasn't
might have.
coaching. He was just standing there.
I think he was just like these guys suck. These guys absolutely. I can't coach these guys.
they're sorting it out now.
What kept on playing in my mind was that old interview with Mike Singletary. Can't win with them. Can't play with them. That interview. Remember that interview? That and then Denny
Vernon
Green.
Davis. That was his Vernon Davis.
Yeah, Vernon
take.
Davis moment.
Can't win with him.
What about Denny Green? Crown their ass. Crown them.
Yeah, you want to crown
The
him?
Bears.
Crown him.
Arizona Bears.
There's some
That's
good,
why we
there's
took the
some good
field.
sound bites over the years. You play to win the game.
Jets coach.
I'm a 40-year-old man. Talk to me.
Anyways, we got Indiana and who tonight? Indiana, Oregon, right? College football. If you're not dabbling in high school basketball, boys, girls, whatever.
You're not hiding from the Canisius Joe's result to watch it at home.
What's the Centercourt game next week? Hang on, Centercourt game next week. What do you got?
Grand Island's at Lockport.
Yeah, Grand Island Lockport Tuesday.
Yeah.
Be there. The Charlie Crawford game. What's his last name? Crofts.
Croft.
The Charlie Croft game.
Right.
We're going to introduce Western New York. The first time you'll see Charlie Croft in Western New York athletics. If you're a high school basketball fan, finally, you know where you're going to be able to see the game. It's on FHS Network. You know where to find it. But
The Charlie Croft.
oh no, that's on WNY Athletics YouTube. Centercourt game of the
We
week.
called it the Charlie Croft Ford
Yeah.
game.
When we put
So now
games
you
on,
slipped up and let them know that you got to put us on with a Ford.
yeah.
Charlie Croft's.
But anyways, when we do games, people can find them easily. They don't have to go through 5,000 different channels to find it.
just
Anybody can see the game from anywhere. You don't have to have Spectrum or Verizon to find it.
now available worldwide.
Coast to coast.
To the window, to the wall.
Worldwide, yes. On that note,
All right.
everybody, we love you.
What Frank said.
Everybody love everybody.
Right.
Semi-pro.
Thanks for watching.
Jackie Moon.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
We'll see you at Wilson Medina tonight.
3 undefeated teams left after tonight. Book it.
Unless the game gets canceled.
See you next week.
Adios.